Hello and welcome to another update video about HBAR. Well, HBAR is, I think, getting ideally to the point where this overall correction that HBAR has been going through is getting to an end. In the last few videos, we talked about further downtrend anyway. Already months ago, I did actually put it on the chart. We had at the time still a bullish case on the chart, but I made you aware that the bearish count is more likely. And we're now in the support area, which is relevant. Yeah, ideally, HBAR will turn around in this area. Is there a guarantee for it? No, and at the moment the downtrend doesn't seem to be slowing down. So similar to other cryptos, we have the situation that, let me take that out, that we had a wave 1 to the upside, most likely. That would be the bullish interpretation, that we had a wave 1 to the upside here into March 21, then we came down in a wave A, moved up in an overshooting wave B, and we're now coming down in wave C, which would actually end down here, together with that wave 2 correction. And in this correction, we are sort of in the last legs in the wave 5, basically an ending diagonal, after which we should ideally move up in a third wave to the upside. It would be ideal, in my opinion. I mean, we've already dropped quite low anyway. Let me draw the fibs and let me show that to you, because it is also one of the coins that actually dropped below the 88.7% fib level, which ideally, those coins are holding, but many are not, and also HBAR dropped below it. But again, many coins are not holding that at the moment, that 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level. There is key support here. First of all, in this area in which we currently are, it's an area of high volume, historical volume as well, and basically this goes all the way down to, I mean, if I make that a little bit more accurate, it goes down all the way here to 2.8 cents. I think I would absolutely not be surprised to see that. In fact, it would be my primary expectation to get to that level. But again, we are now in the support area, so anyway, here we should turn around. If we drop below that level, to be honest, that wouldn't be good. I mean, we will then move down probably to the next key support, which is at 1 cent, and then we've lost all support. Yeah, so ideally, we are holding at least that level, but best would be to hold the 2.7, 2.8 cent level. I had a few comments, why is HBAR going down? What's going on? It was no surprise to us. We've been talking about a further continuation because I've been, I had this wave 5 on the chart for many weeks or even months. What I did expect, or what would have been ideal, it would have been a higher, a more extensive wave 4 correction to give us a clearer vision and perspective of where we are. Because with this very short retracement that we had, let me just show that to you. With the very short retracement we had here recently, we didn't get much clarity about where we are. So originally, I think it was back in November at some point, I said we now move down ideally to 3.7 cents. I think I still have that as a signal on Telegram and Discord. We now ideally move down to 3.7 cents to finish off this third wave. Now we then only got down to 4 cents and only had a very shallow retracement. Yeah, what would have been nice would have been this: A wave, B wave, C wave, to put in a clearer wave 4. The fact that we didn't do that and that we had such a shallow retracement only might mean that we've only just now put in the wave 3 in. This is not entirely clear, but this is certainly a possibility. And unfortunately, that shallow retracement leads to a little bit more uncertainty here in the short term. However, either way, I don't think this move down is complete. Until I see a 5-wave move to the upside. Now, what could happen next, because we've just hit the support level of this wedge, yeah, and we need to see how well it adheres to it, because it's not a very well-defined support level and range. But if it adheres to it and we get a bounce now, this could be the blue wave 4, could reach the top of the wedge. This is quite well defined, a bit of a range here between which we're operating, and then we could get one more leg down. So at the moment the view is still further continuation to the downside. We have 2 ways of getting here to a target for the wave 5, and the first one would be to take the length of the wave 1 to go to the high of the wave 2. And then it gives us the 2.618 Fib extension, and it takes us to 2.8 cents. So that is exactly the low. It's nice confluence actually. That takes us exactly to the low here of the support box. So I wouldn't be surprised to get there. In fact, I think we will get there. Expectation, also not the expectation, but the I would change my view. I would change my view if we break out impulsively out of the wedge to the upside. Because if we now see a 5-wave move to the upside, it could be that what we've seen here, this was the 3, this was the 4, and we're now putting in the wave 5. It is unlikely though. Yeah, that wave 4 was for me too shallow. Ideally, we want to see a clearer wave 4, and the strength of the move down at the moment suggests to me that we are still in a wave 3. Now looking at the indicators, obviously we've identified we are now here at this support of the wedge. Now that could still break obviously, and then the next support is that 2.8 cent level where we'll have the next decision. On the daily chart, I mean, there is no sign the momentum is changing. This is still heading further down. The MACD is deep red. The RSI is showing oversold, but no bullish divergence, which means this doesn't need to stop yet. The 4-hour chart also doesn't show a bullish divergence. As soon as we see a bit of a bullish divergence here on the 4-hour, on the RSI, it might mean that the we might need to be ready for a bit of a move to the upside, at least something short term here. Here the MACD, mainly moving sideways on the 4-hour. Yeah, it's reducing negative momentum a bit, but it's not very clear. So it is doing that, and if we now see, in addition to that, some kind of a bullish divergence on the RSI 4-hour, that might be a warning that things might be turning around, but at the moment no signal. And especially here on the latest 4-hour chart, we see another bearish engulfing candle. So I don't see any reason that, or at least no signal as we make this video, that the low is in here, or a temporary low at least. Yeah, there is no reversal signal or anything, no bullish engulfing candle or anything. The volume, the bearish volume is quite high as well. So I think this is going to go on for a bit. If we spot some kind of a reversal signal here, which could be again a bullish engulfing candle, some kind of bullish candlestick formation here, then it might mean that we get to the resistance of the wedge in a wave 4. Okay, that's my update about HBAR. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.